podcast. Today we're at journal page 27, dividing polynomials with synthetic division. Synthetic division method steps. Let's take a look and divide 2x squared plus 7x plus 9 divided by x plus 2. Okay. Now, step 1, write the coefficients of the dividend 2, 7, and 9 in the upper left corner. Write the value of a for the divisor, x minus a, so that a equals negative 2. Copy the first coefficient in the dividend below the horizontal bar. Okay. Now, the way we got negative 2 is we said x plus 2 equal to 0. So that then that's x equals negative 2. That's where we get the a equals negative 2 value. Okay. In this case, it should be x plus a. Okay. All right. Now, step 2. You're going to multiply the first coefficient by the divisor and write the product under the next coefficient under the numbers in the new column. Okay, so step 1, we brought down the 2. Now we multiply negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. And then 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay, repeat step 2 until additions have been completed in all columns. Draw a box around the last sum. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 9 minus 6 is 3, which is the remainder. Step 3. The quotient is represented by the number below the horizontal bar. The box number is the remainder. The others are the coefficients of the polynomial quotient in order of decreasing degree. So your answer is 2x plus 3 plus the remainder divided by x plus 2. Okay, go ahead and finish up your notes. Okay, now your notes are completed. Let's take a look at the examples. All right, example 1. Okay, so first thing we need to do is set x plus 2 equal to 0. Subtract 2 from both sides, x equals negative 2. So that's negative 2 is right there. And then our coefficients. So 1, 5, and 6. Okay, now we bring down the 1 and multiply. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So your remainder is 0. Okay, so now this was x squared. This was x to the first power. Now when you divide, these decrease by 1. So that becomes x plus 3 times x to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So 3 times x to the 0 power is 3 times 1, which just equals 3. So that's 1x plus 3 plus the remainder, which is 0, divided by x plus 2. Now, because that's just 0, you're left with 1x plus 3. Okay, go ahead and finish up example 1. All right, example 2. Okay, so let's set x plus 4 equal to 0. Subtract 4 from both sides, x equals negative 4. So that's negative 4. And then the coefficients are 1, 8, 21, 20. Okay, bring down the 1. So negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. 21 minus 16 is 5. 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. So you have a remainder of 0. Okay. And we should probably box the remainder. Okay, now remember, this was x cubed. This was x squared. This was x. So when you divide, these decrease by 1. So this becomes 1x squared plus 4x plus, remember that's x to 1, but becomes x to 0, so it's just 5. So then that's 1x squared plus 4x plus 5 plus 0 divided by x plus 4. Now remember that just becomes 0, so you're left with 1x squared plus 4x plus 5. Okay, so now we need to set 3x plus 1 equal to 0. Subtract 1 from both sides, you get 3x equals negative 1. Divide both sides by 3, x equals negative 1/3. Okay, so this is negative 1/3, and then your coefficients are 15, 8, and negative 12. Okay, so you bring down the 15. Now, negative 1/3 times 15 is negative 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. Negative 1/3 times 3 is negative 1. So you have a remainder of negative 13. Now remember, this was x squared. This was x to the first power. When you divide, they decrease. So this becomes 15x plus 3. Okay, so your answer is 15x plus 3. Now, this is a very unique situation in that because when you're working with a fraction, the denominator, this has to be divided by the denominator in your final answer. And then minus your remainder, 13, divided by 3x plus 1. So this becomes, when you divide by 3, that's 5x plus 1 minus 13 divided by 3x plus 1. Okay, go ahead and finish up example 3. All right, let's take a look at example 4. Okay. All right, so we're going to set x minus 4 equal to 0. We're going to add 4 to both sides, so x equals 4. So that's 4. Coefficients are 1, negative 3. Now be careful, this one doesn't have an x squared, so you have to put a 0 there, then negative 7, then negative 14. Okay, now bring down the 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Negative 3 and 4 is 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Bring down the 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Negative 7 and 4 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. Negative 14 and 36 is 22. So your remainder is 22. Okay. Now remember, this was x to the 4th, x cubed, x squared, x. So these all decrease by 1. So this becomes 1x cubed plus 1x squared plus 4x plus 9 plus the remainder. So your answer is 1x cubed plus 1x squared plus 4x plus 9 plus 22 divided by x minus 4. Okay, go ahead and finish up example 4. All right, example 5. So we need to set x minus 2 equal to 0. Add 2 to both sides, so x equals 2. So it's 2. So then this is, well, be careful. The cube has to go first. So this needs to be 3, 4. And there is no x, so you need 0, and then 10. So be very careful when you write the coefficients. Make sure you have, in this case, x cubed, x squared, x, and constant. Okay? Bring down the 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 4 and 6 is 10. 2 times 10 is 20. 0 plus 20 is 20. 2 times 20 is 40. So your remainder is 50. And remember, this was x cubed, x squared, x, the first power. So then this becomes 3x squared plus 10x plus 20. So 3x squared plus 10x plus 20 plus 50 divided by x minus 2. Okay? All right, go ahead and finish up your example, start working on your assignment, and have a wonderful Wildcat day.